season of rebuilding. Graduation losses were extremely heavy. The eventual Big 8 champions, Nebraska. Quarterback Dennis Claridge here being snowed under. In the first quarter, with no score in the game, Minnesota 1st and 10 from the Gopher 28-yard line. Quarterback Bob Sadek to fullback Mike Reed, and a gain of 12. With a 3rd and 8 at the Minnesota 43, Sadek to Reed. Another gain of 12 and another Gopher first down. First down now at the Nebraska 45-yard line. Watch Sadek. Fakes the short pass. Throws deep. Jerry Pelletier is there. A fine catch. And he's hauled down at the 1-yard line. 44-yard gain. With a 2nd and goal at the Nebraska 1, Sadek sneaks for the touchdown. The first of the season for the Gophers. Minnesota leads by 7-0. Nebraska now, 3rd and 4 at the Gopher 8. Claridge rolls to his left. A good block there. And a Nebraska touchdown. The extra point is good, and it's 7-7. In the second period, 3rd and 2 at the Gopher 17. Claridge looks for a receiver. The pass is intercepted by Minnesota's Stan Shea. A 23-yard return. Now it's the Gophers, 1st and 10, Minnesota 24-yard line. Sadek to Heron. An 11-yard gain and a Minnesota 1st and 10. The Gophers break huddle, 2nd and 12 at the Minnesota 33-yard line. Sadek again looks to the air. Passes to Mike Orman. 8 yards on the gain. In the third period, game still tied at 7-7. Minnesota from their own 16. The pass is to Shea, a gain of 8. Watch this play now, fourth quarter, still 7-7. On a 65-yard scoring play, and Nebraska has a 14-7 lead. Minnesota desperately trying to score. 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 32. Sadek to Orman. 13 yards and a first down, but it's not enough, and Nebraska wins the opener 14-7. The Cadets of Army in their first visit ever to Memorial Stadium. Minnesota's ball, 2nd and 13 at the Army 49. Sadek to the air. Jerry Pelletier goes for 20 and a first down. 1st and 10 now at the Army 29-yard line. The Gophers still going to the air. Sadek to Ronley. 9 yards this time. 2nd and 1 at the Army 20. Sadek to Sharp. A fine catch, a 12-yard gain, and a first down. Army stiffens. Minnesota goes for the field goal. Sadek holds. Mike Reed kicks. It's good. 19 yards, and Minnesota leads by 3-0. Gophers now with a 1st and 10 at the Army 20. Late in the first quarter. Harris goes in motion. Sadek fires downfield. Jerry Pelletier grabs it for 5. Now it's 2nd and goal in the second quarter at the Army 11. Sadek to Harris at the 5. Fights his way for 8 yards. 3rd and goal at the Army 3 is the situation as the Gophers line up. Mike Reed, the ball carrier. Look at that effort into the end zone, and the Gophers score. After the conversion, it is 10-0. Now let's watch the cadets. Army with a 1st and 10 at the Army 42-yard line. The cadet quarterback is Carl Stitchway. He decides to pass. Willie Costanza intercepts, and the Gophers have the ball. It's a Minnesota 3rd and 10 now at the Army 44-yard line. Minnesota still using the passing game. First down pass to Bruggers, 21 yards. 3rd and 9 at the Army 17. The passer is Sadek, the receiver, Shea. A 9-yard gain and another Minnesota first down. 3rd and goal at the Army 4. Sadek rolls out, passes, and it's Ronley receiving just short of the goal line. 4th and goal at the Army 1. Massed Army defense. But Sadek dives in for the touchdown, and Minnesota has a 17-0 lead. In the 3rd quarter, Stitchway passes. Reed intercepts at the Gopher 20. Look at him take off. A 42-yard return to the Army 38-yard line. Later, Minnesota with a 1st and 10 at the Army 7. Look at that hole for Jay Sharp and a touchdown. Minnesota has taken a 24-0 lead. But the cadets of Army have not given up. From a spread formation, Stitchway, the runner, an 8-yard pickup and an Army first down. 1st and goal at the Gopher 3. Stitchway under center now. Hard running Ken Waldrop is into the end zone. Army picks up a 2-pointer. But it's not enough. And Minnesota wins by 24-8. Always tough Wildcats of Northwestern. Tom Myers, a Northwestern quarterback, in action. He goes to the air early in the game. Jerry Pelletier intercepts. Look at the moves by little Jerry. A return of 13 yards. With the game scoreless in the 2nd quarter, again it is Tom Myers. From midfield, a 1st and 10 for Northwestern. Myers fires. Mike Reed intercepts. An 8-yard return. A bit later, first down Northwestern and still at midfield. Myers fakes the handoff, throws the pass. This time it's Paul Ramseth on the interception. A 21-yard return. Now let's watch the Gophers. 1st and 10 at the Northwestern 45-yard line. Sadek, the quarterback. The pass is to Bruggers. A gain of 11. In the 4th quarter, the game is scoreless. Myers to Buckner. What a catch. 54 yards and the game's first touchdown. Northwestern leads by 7-0. Now it's the Gophers. Larry Peterson is the quarterback. A pitch to Pelletier. A fine block from Sharp. Jerry goes for 17. Peterson pitches again. This time, a good gain is wiped out on a clipping penalty. The quick opener. Jay Sharp finds daylight. An 18-yard gain. With a first down at the Northwestern 47, it's Jay Sharp in action over right guard and 8 yards. With 2nd and 7, Peterson goes straight ahead. 7 yards on the game. 3rd and 7 at the Northwestern 20-yard line. Peterson to Harris. Blocked from Reed. The speedster scores. The Gophers are trailing by 1 as they line up for the conversion. Peterson fools the Wildcats and bootlegs to the right for 2 points. Minnesota takes an 8-7 lead. With a 2nd and 11 at the Minnesota 25, watch Myers, the quarterback. Watch Stinson, number 27, going down the left sideline. He's open. The pass is there. Northwestern touchdown. The Wildcats win a tough one, 15-8. A date now with the eventual Big Ten champions and Rose Bowl representatives, Illinois, at Champaign. Larry Peterson's the quarterback for the Gophers here. Keeps the ball for a first down at the Minnesota 37-yard line. 2nd and 9 at the 38. The ball carrier is Stan Shea. And a first down at the 49-yard line. Late in the first period, 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 11-yard line. Up the middle goes fullback Mike Reed. A first down to the 24. In the second quarter, Illinois' quarterback Mike Tolliver looks to the end zone. Schumacher is there for the touchdown, and Illinois takes a 6-0 lead. The Gophers fight back. 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 20. Hard running Mike Reed up the middle for 6. 2nd and 4 from the 26. Peterson on the option play, keeps the ball. And a first down to the 45-yard line. In the third quarter, Bob Sadek is now the Minnesota quarterback. 2nd and 11 from the 46-yard line. Sadek to Ronley, and a first down at the 29. Sadek again fires, and a fine catch by Pelletier, and a first down at the 11. Now 3rd and 5 at the Illinois 6-yard line. Watch little Jerry Pelletier. Into the end zone for the touchdown. Illinois had kicked the field goal, and so their lead is now 9-6. In the fourth quarter, Mike Tolliver at quarterback for the Illini. Desperately looking for a receiver. Interception by Loftus. He brings it out to the 17-yard line. This time the quarterback is Castardo for Illinois. And talk about great effort. Look at that one. An Illinois touchdown after being stopped several times, or so it appeared. It is 16-6 in favor of Illinois. The Gophers still trying to get back in the ball game. Sadek to Bruggers, a first down at the 34-yard line. But this is a day for Illinois, and they win it 16-6. The annual battle for the Little Brown Jug. Michigan's Bob Timberlake. Look at this rush. Marchlewski, number 53. Ronley, 83. Bruggers, 86. And Eller waiting just in case, along with Milt Sunday. A loss of 17. The Gophers are in punt formation. Shea gets his kick away. The receiver is Clancy. And there is Eller. Fumble. Michigan recovers. In the second quarter of a scoreless game, Larry Peterson keeps the ball for a first down after a 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 now from the Michigan 18. Farthing in motion, takes the ball. An 8-yard pickup. 2nd and goal from the Michigan 6. Jerry Pelletier, not much room there, but it's enough for Jerry. And Minnesota leads by 6-0. In the third quarter, 1st and 10 for Michigan from the Wolverine 47. Timberlake gets away from Eller. But here comes Eller again, and he has him for a loss of 17. Now it's 3rd and 6 at the Minnesota 43-yard line. Timberlake is stopped by Costanza and Eller and a loss of 8. In the fourth quarter, Larry Peterson. A pass to big end Aaron Brown. A 17-yard gain and a first down. 2nd and 12 now at the Michigan 29. Peterson, quick pass to Brown and a 9-yard gain. The game is over, and a coveted win for the Gophers, 6-0 over Michigan. The Hoosiers of Indiana are the opposition early in the game. From a 1st and 14, Sadek passes. Mike Reed's the receiver. 6 yards the gain. 2nd and 8 now from the Minnesota 35-yard line. Sadek to speedy Al Harris. A good block from Mike Reed. Look at Harris go. 25 yards on the game. In the second quarter, let's watch the Hoosiers and watch their big fullback. Number 35 is Tom Nowatzki. Talk about power. A 32-yard run. With a 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, Dilly is the ball carrier, and he's just that as he scores for Indiana. 7-0 the Hoosiers. Now it's the Gophers. Sadek to Reed. 15 yards. With a 2nd and 9 at the Minnesota 15-yard line, Sadek pitches back to Farthing. Great block from Reed. Down the sidelines. 37-yard gain. Now in the third quarter, it's Indiana possession. Dilly picks up 35 yards. Marchleski almost had him behind the line. With a 3rd and goal at the 1, quarterback Rich Bader sneaks into the end zone for another Indiana touchdown, and the Hoosiers lead 14-0.
Bader scoring for Indiana.
Down by 14 points. Bob Sadek's the Minnesota quarterback. The pitch is to Farthing. Blocked from Reed. And he's into Indiana territory after a gain of 12. Sadek this time fakes the pitch and keeps the ball. He's all the way down to the 15-yard line. A 21-yard gain. Sadek keeps again, this time for the touchdown, and the Gophers are on the scoreboard. It's 14-6 in favor of Indiana. In the fourth quarter, the ball carrier is Jay Sharp. A first down after a gain of 11. 2nd and 10 now from the Minnesota 45-yard line. Sadek to Farthing. Whoops, he was out of bounds right there at the 43-yard line, but it's still a gain of 12.
On the Indiana 40.
With 4th and 10 at the Indiana 43, the Gophers still are trying to score. Sadek passes. It's complete to Kent Kramer for 17 yards. But it's not enough as Indiana posts a hard-earned 24-6 victory. The annual battle with the Hawkeyes. Minnesota 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Mike Reed's the ball carrier. A gain of 17. 3rd and 3 here at the Iowa 25. Quarterback Gary Snook is thrown for a loss of 12 by Milt Sundin. And after the fumble, Aaron Brown has it for Minnesota. With a 3rd and 7 at the Iowa 10-yard line. Sadek looks to the left corner of the end zone. Lofquist is there, and the perfect touchdown pass gives the Gophers the lead. It's 7-0. In the second quarter, watch quarterback Gary Snook. And watch end Cloyd Webb. What a catch. Iowa fails to convert, and Minnesota leads by 7-6. But the Hawkeyes are on the move. 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 26-yard line. Snook to Kraus, and another Iowa touchdown. The Hawkeyes take the lead at 14-7. In the fourth quarter, 2nd and 5 from the Minnesota 16-yard line. Look at Jerry Pelletier. He just won't go down. A gain of 16. 2nd and 8 now at the Minnesota 34-yard line. Fake to the fullback. Peterson to Pelletier. And down the sidelines. His middle name is Hart. A 15-yard penalty against Iowa on that. Fakes the short pass. Throws to the right to Radula. A gain of 14. With a 1st and 10 at the Iowa 32-yard line. The same combination. Sadek to Radula. This time, a 17-yard gain. With a 2nd and 5 at the Iowa 10. Sadek tries to find a receiver. Still looking. Kent Kramer is there for the Minnesota touchdown. But a final score, Iowa 27, Minnesota 13. The always tough Purdue Boilermakers. Let's watch Minnesota. 3rd and 2 from the Gopher 35-yard line. Peterson to Pelletier. Little Jerry has all the moves in the book. A gain of 26. Purdue stiffens. Minnesota tries for a field goal. Sadek will hold for Reed. The official takes a careful look. Is it good? Yes. Minnesota leads by 3-0. Now, watch this play. Reed kicks off. Teeter takes it at the 12 and takes off for the goal line. Look at that alley open up. In pursuit, Lofquist and Eller. Lofquist dives at the 15-yard line, but Teeter scores the touchdown. It's Purdue 7, Minnesota 3. Later in the quarter, Purdue's Ron DeGravio's the quarterback. Can't find a receiver. It turns out to be a pretty good runner. To the 10, to the 5. Did he score? No, says the official. 1 foot away. DeGravio corrects that and sneaks with a touchdown. Purdue leads by 13-3. This game's a long way from being over. In the second quarter, DeGravio fades to pass. Number 76 and number 80, Eller and Radula in pursuit. They have him for a 22-yard loss. Now it's the Gophers. 3rd and 2 at the Purdue 37. Pelletier goes in motion. Sadek to Reed. 14 yards before being stopped on the ankle tackle. Later, it's 3rd and 7 at the Minnesota 25-yard line. Sadek passes. Dick Heron on the receiving end. And a 15-yard gain.
Sadek's pass to Heron was complete.
This time, it's Heron again, but on the draw play. 20 yards to gain. 2nd and 2 at the Purdue 32. Sadek to Loftus. 25, 20 to the 16-yard line. With a first down at the Purdue 16-yard line. Sadek to Mike Reed. Inside the 5. Sadek sneaks with a touchdown. The Gophers are down by 13-9. The try for the extra points. The pass to Heron is good, and it's 13-11. In the third period, the Purdue quarterback is Gary Hogan. The Boilermakers leading by 2 points. Hogan elects to pass. The interception is by Joe Pung at the Purdue 48-yard line. Joe runs like a back and returns to the Purdue 31. In the fourth quarter, one of the season's more exciting plays, a short pass from Sadek to Aaron Brown. Looks like he's going to pull away. But he's caught from behind after a gain of 58 yards. And the Boilermakers post a 13-11 win. Postponed from its original date to Thanksgiving morning at Memorial Stadium. Wisconsin has the ball. Lou Holland is the runner. Eller stops him for no gain. Now it's Minnesota. 2nd down 8, Minnesota 36-yard line. Jerry Pelletier behind a wave of blocking. Cuts it just the right time. A gain of 10. 2nd and 6 at midfield. Mike Reed takes the pitch out. A gain of 12. Third and 9. Dick Heron's the runner. And he moves the ball deep to Wisconsin territory on a 23-yard pickup. With 3rd and goal at the Wisconsin 3. Keep your eye on number 31, Mike Reed. He scores for the Gophers. Mike also adds the extra point, and it's 7-0 Minnesota. In the second quarter, Wisconsin's ball. The ball carrier, Lou Holland. Beating him, Carl Eller. Result, no gain. Now it's Kurek, the fullback. Sunday and Eller this time, and a loss of 1. 3rd and 6 at the Minnesota 49-yard line. Left-handed passing, Hal Brandt. Sees his toss intercepted by Costanza at the Minnesota 44-yard line. In the third quarter, with Minnesota leading by 7-0. Bob Sadek rolls to his left. Passes complete to Mike Reed. A 13-yard gain and a first down for Minnesota. 3rd and 4 at the Wisconsin 37. Sadek drops straight back. Passes to Dick Heron to the 20, 15, 10, the 5. Belted out of bounds after a 35-yard gain. With a 1st and goal at the Wisconsin 2-yard line. Sadek calls on Mike Reed. Another great effort by Reed and another Gopher touchdown. Mike scores all the points so far, and it's 14-0 Minnesota. In the fourth period, Wisconsin's Hal Brandt passes. It is tipped by Brown, intercepted by Bruggers at the Minnesota 43-yard line. Coming up now, the perfect way to cap yet another great season by the Gophers, Carl Eller. You see, he's eligible this time as a pass receiver. Sadek to Eller, a 12-yard gain and a first down. And the huge All-American lineman is carried off the field by his 14-0 as the Gophers end the season on a